What do Donald Trump, Cardi B, Nelson Mandela, and LeBron James have in common? I'm gonna tell you in just a sec. Hey, welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining. This is Milton at miltonherring.com. Thank you for going to my website, signing up for my weekly digest where you get maximizing emails straight to your inbox every week. And I'd love to have you join me on that side of what I do. But today, what do I talk about? I'm talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Cardi B. I'm talking about LeBron James and Nelson Mandela. What do all of these people have in common? They are people of influence, period. They're people of influence. They're influential in whatever they do, whether you like them or not, whether they're on your likable scale or on your dislikable scale. It doesn't matter who they are, but they're people, when I say their names, they're men, women of influence. Now, there is a ton more people out there that are notable, influential people, but these individuals, you know, and whatever they do, good or bad, they're influencing someone and a lot of people on a big scale. And that's what I want to talk to you about, how to become an influencer. You know, if I were to define influence as I look this up, influence is having the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, and outcome of someone or something, right? And so when we're talking about influencer, and that's what I desire to be, an influencer on your life and those that are not listening or that are around me, to influence them in a way that helps enhance and build up their character and builds up their development and their outcomes, have an impact on their outcomes. I'm going to tell a quick story of my influential moment, and this is something that's really cool. So I coach football in Los Angeles at a high school, Torrance High, which is my alma mater, and when I coached football, there was a young man who was coming between a freshman to a sophomore, very skinny, very scrawny, wasn't sure of himself, had his head down all the time, but he had decent height and not really a lot of size to him, but you could tell in his body as he's continuing to grow, I can tell that his body is not yet fully grown yet, so he has the potential capacity to grow. Now, I worked hard with this young man. He was very quick, but he lacked the strength and the confidence within himself to do something good in the sport of football. And I remember pushing him in the weight room and pushing him out on the field when we had workouts, and as amongst all the other kids, because you never know. And I always told the kids when I coached them, I said, it's not about who you are today on the football field, it's about who you are going to be in the next 5 years as a man, as a young man. And so when I'm challenging you, when I'm coaching you, I'm coaching the man you're going to become in the next 5 years. But this young man, Chris, very shy, very timid, lacked confidence with himself, and I tried to help build it day by day by day by day. Now, I'm not the only one that probably spoke into his life, but I had, in those moments, those couple hours each and every practice and in the weight room and just talk with him, that I had a chance to develop him and enhance his character. And I want to tell you something. The cool thing is this. I told his parents, I think he has the potential not only to get a scholarship, but also the potential to make it to the NFL. And I would tell him that. And I say, you have a potential to go to college on a football athletic scholarship, to be a student athlete in college. And also you have the potential to be a professional NFL. I saw a text, that I saw a post that he signed as a free agent to the Minnesota Vikings. And I was just like, wow, look at that. That is influence on so many levels and scale that I had the opportunity to pour into this young man's life, just like I have the opportunity to pour into your life if you're watching and listening to this, that I am going to have influence. Now, I just appreciate it because God allowed me to kind of see that seed planted and grow. And I told him, like, hey, look, this is just the beginning. You making it as a free agent to Minnesota Vikings means that you're just the beginning. You're just at the tip of the iceberg. So there's a lot more work you've got to put in. You've got to earn your spot on the field. So continue to be the man that you are and keep doing the things that you know to do day in and day out. And that's what I want to challenge you guys, is to continue to do the things that you know to do day in and day out. If those are influencing you. Now, there's so many ways you can be an influencer. But one of the real main ways is it's by your speech, by your talk and your words. Your words influence people greater than you can probably imagine. Our words, our tongues are life and death. And you can speak life into someone or you can speak death into someone. And I choose to speak life. And I'm speaking life into you today. And there's an old African proverb that says, if you don't think you have been influenced by anyone, just go to the jungle and meet a mosquito, right? A mosquito will influence you in more ways than one. I remember going to Uganda and having to take the medication because you never knew with the mosquitoes over there, what they were carrying, the bacteria, the germs that if I got bitten, that I could really get seriously ill. And so a mosquito will influence you in so many levels that one night I left my window open in Uganda and there was like, I came back, went to dinner, came back and my room was full of mosquitoes all over my ceiling. And I left the light on, they gravitated towards the light, came through the window, and I was just like, oh my goodness. So what they had to do at the hotel, the place I was staying, the resort, had to come in and bomb the whole room with the smoke and gas and kill it all. And oh my goodness, it stank. It was so hard to sleep, but I learned my lesson. Those mosquitoes have influence. Now, you and I, we're going to probably influence, whether you're introverted or extrovert, doesn't matter, but you're going to have some type of influence on someone because you are a person. People are watching you whether you think so or not. People are listening to you whether you think so or not. And you will have over your lifetime probably influenced over 10,000 people. So you are a leader. If you listen to this, you are a leader and you have the ability to become an influencer. Now, not the tag word, the fad of influencer, talking about social media, being an influencer that way. That's its own right and that's its own thing. But becoming an influencer, meaning in the depths of life, in the trenches of life, the harmony, the balance, the dance of life, that's how you can become an influencer. And I want to share a couple things with you, and I'm not going to be long, but here, to be an influencer, you got to be you got to have some passion. And when I say passion, I mean you have to have a pursuit of something worthwhile, a purpose in life. And when you're pursuing a purpose, you develop a passion for that purpose because that's all you think about, that's all you do. And when you have passion, you're able to do those things day in and day out, whether it feels good or not. And when I say people are watching, they are watching you. Consistency over time. Over the intensity of just the moment. You don't want to be a flash in the pants or just burn out. You want to be a consistent moving object over time. That's how you influence people's character and their development and the outcomes of other things in life, whether it's someone or something. You have to be consistent day in and day out. And that's one of the biggest things I can challenge you. Your passion needs to be consistent, not your passion in just the moment and just, yes, in the moment, in the day, but it has to be for today and thinking about for tomorrow and thinking about for the next day. Doing those things that you need to do. I was talking to my wife about this, that there's a man that I watch on YouTube who's passed away a couple years ago, very influential, a pastor speaker from the Bahamas, and he influenced me on everything that he did, everything that I was privy to, everything that I could be able to joys in my life. He was the one that really put some wisdom inside of me. He put wisdom inside of my life and things that I did. And he's gone, but he left so much behind. Because he lived out his purpose and his passion weekly, daily, by the moment. He left so much on the table. He died unexpectedly, but he left so much. And I'm so grateful that he pursued whatever he needed to pursue in his life, his mission, his calling, because from that, you become a person or man or woman of influence. And today I'm influenced, even though he's been dead a few years, I have been influenced, I'm still being influenced today by the books that he wrote and the things that he spoke and the things that I listened to. So I want to encourage you today, no matter if anyone's listening to you, no matter if anyone's following you, don't give up. Be and stay consistent. That's a coaching moment for myself. Sometimes, some days it feels like I'm not making any difference, and other days I get the blessing of hearing that some fruit has been formed by the seeds that I was sown or the water that I placed on that seed in someone else's life. So I want to encourage you to become a person of influence. Check out yourself. Be a man or woman of passion. Know what you are designed and called to do. That's one thing I want to share with you today. If you can get anything, do that one thing. Now, I wrote more about this. There's my blog. Go to miltonherring.com and check out my blog on how to become an influencer every day, and I can share more with you. But I want to thank you today for listening and your attention and your time. And if you enjoyed this, please share it. If you think it'll help somebody, please add them to it. Like and comment, subscribe.
Monday motivation, Nah, I'm good.